When it's kinder up there and you can't bullshit yourself up there and you're honest with yourself and you learn how to talk back to those mean voices in your head, you become a lot less afraid of other people. So for example, growing up in an all white town, being the, Indian immigrant, walking, oh my God, Mark. So walking into the cafeteria for me was like, it was awful. I mean, my mom would pack me Indian food. She would have slathered my hair with warm coconut oil and put them in two braids. That's why I do have very nice hair. My mother oiled my hair every day. But on Long Island, New York, the kids were like, you smell like curry and you smell like coconut oil. And the cafeteria was,
Coconut oil smells so good.
it is, but it's just when you, not when you're in
Mixed
school.
with curry, I'm not coconut
Yeah.
curry.
Yeah, but you are talking, this is in the late 80s, early 90s.
Oh yeah,
Coconut
in New
oil was
Jersey.
in on
Yeah.
Long Island, New York. I grew up in a very blue collar,
Oh,
which
and
is
it's
fine, but it was
Long
like
Island.
they were not people like me there. Okay. So every time I'd walk into the cafeteria, I'm like, shit, I'm going to smell. My food's going to smell. My hair's going to smell. And it was predominantly all white. Here's how self-talk has helped me. When I go into a networking event, when I speak on stage in front of almost an all white audience, when I go to my friends' houses and everyone's like predominantly white, even to this day, of course, there is a part of me that 7 through 17, there's a 10-year period of my life. Walking into the cafeteria was so anxiety producing. The kids would make fun of me. The girls who I started to hang out with, they were like the bad girls. They were the cool girls. They turned on me. And I remember walking in and I left. I called my dad and I said, I would eat in the bathroom stall. I would sit in the bathroom stall and eat by myself. So even today, 40-year-old Vas, I still, just a little bit, it comes up. Oh my God, is everyone going to be all white? Are you like, are they going to like you? Or, and I'm so hyper aware of who I am. And I hate being hyper aware of who I am. Not in that way. You know what I mean? Like I want to be present. I don't want to be
Yeah.
self-conscious. I want to be self-expressed. And even then it comes up. This is how self-talk will help you, because before I get off the elevator, even on my way driving to where I'm going, I'm not going to say no to a speaking event because there's an all white audience. No, you don't want.
I'm white.
Yeah.
Did you come on this podcast being like, that guy is so white?
No, Mark.
I
No,
know,
not with you at all. But I want to say that those voices in our head, those different parts of us that are unresolved and haven't been able to say how they feel, they're going to stop you from living out your calling. Because
Fuck yeah, that's so true. They become the limits to your possibility.
Am I not? Okay, so let's just say
how do you speak to that?
Okay, how do I speak to that? So I actually talk to myself on the way to the talk, and I say out loud, and I do this. It's two things. It's not just self-talk. I also practice a lot. So I don't want to just act like I talk myself. I'm very prepared before I get on stage. I have practiced. I have rehearsed. It's part of my muscle memory. So there's that piece. There's the actual practice and preparation. But the internal preparation is when I have my practice sessions with myself and I'm moving around and I'm performing and I'm pretending there's an audience, I will let the voices in my head be like, oh my God, what if that old white lady, what's going to happen if you offend her? What's this? And I'll say it out loud and I'll be like, no, we're going to be okay. Like I have to manage that as I'm doing it because I have a job to do. And I don't just mean it like a job, like I have a calling. I know that. I have a calling. You have a calling. And so I talk to that part of myself and I prepare internally. My preparation internally is the game changer for how I show up externally. And it really is paying attention to and giving the time of day to those voices. And that doesn't mean sitting this long therapy session with myself. It's letting them say out loud what the fear is. And I'll be like, okay, we're going to be okay. And usually what quiets those voices, honestly, is acknowledging it, but a shit ton of preparation. Because I realized when those parts of myself don't feel prepared, like what are we going to say? Then it starts to worry about all the other stuff. What do I look like? But when I'm prepared and I know my shit, that part of myself that's like nervous is like, no, baby, we got it. Let's go.